Alex, besides FTA compliance issues, what are some of the other challenges that companies face when doing business in the region?
Yeah, thank you, Liliane. And there are a few challenges, but that is like in every market. So a few examples, obviously, regulatory regime. So despite having free trade agreements, making regulation easier in the UK and in the EU, there's still layers of regulation. So for example, you need to make sure that you're compliant with both EU regulation plus any regulation at the specific country level that you're doing business in. There's also a sector compliance rule, product compliance, technical standards, labeling, certification process. These all add layers of complexity, but it is not unusual when you do business in another market. Something to think about, the EU and Europe in general, I should say, is a very competitive market. They've been trading amongst themselves for hundreds of years. So it means breaking into these established ties and supply chains requires time and patience and some work, obviously. The EU is a very diverse market, so we often refer to the EU as a single territory, but there's actually 27 distinct markets, very different language, different customs, different consumer preferences, different business etiquette. So doing business in Ireland or in France, where we have a shared language, for instance, would be very different from doing business in Bulgaria. So although we often refer to the EU as one single market, it is important to recognize and understand difference among the 27 member countries. The EU has also been working with long-term partners. So long-term partners can be preferred. So again, it relates a little bit to what I was saying, but it makes it a little bit easier a little bit more difficult to break in. But once you've proven yourself, you're in for the long term. And one thing that I believe Umar mentioned is it is less transactional and more relationship driven. So that's very important. You need to invest the time to do business in Europe. And obviously that goes without saying, but developing an effective market entry plan specific to the country that you're targeting, understanding the consumer needs, and finding the partners, the right distributors, the right agent to make sure that it is right for you. And lastly, I want to put the emphasis again on knowing how to claim the tariff preference under the CETA and UK TCA. In fact, there's a recent study on CETA that found that many small businesses are not getting the tariff saving that they could. Why? Because the freight forwarders don't automatically apply CETA preference for small shipment. They only do it if the business specifically asks and provide a proof of origin declaration. So again, it is essential to do these small steps. It can require a little bit more efforts, but company really needs to understand the rule of origin process if they want to fully benefit from these free trade agreements that we have with Europe.